Between that and COVID, it's been 7 years that we've never met. But all of that's about to change. I'm getting ready to fly almost 7,000 miles to Israel to
Meisha and Nicola. This is a couple that I'm not looking forward to be honest with you. Like, it screams. You know what? Their relationship reminds me of what's that? The guy from Turkey, and he ended up being with a woman. And I remember they fell in love because they both had a fascination for bees. And she had she had 3 boys, I think it was. They kind of give me that vibe. I wish I forgot I remember their names, but if you know, you know, right? I get that kind of vibe where, you know, there's a potential that this may work, but to be honest with you, the chances of their relationship working, next to none. But this is Meisha and Nicola. And they are new to us, this episode, okay? And Meisha is someone that turned to God out of nowhere. And Nicola is from Israel. And when he saw posting pictures of God this, God that, he took a liking to her, sent a message saying God is this, da 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 da. And then since then they've been talking, and then boom, after a couple of years they realized that they fell in love and they had feelings for each other. And then boom, bam, 7 years later on, she's now finally moving. She's now finally gonna go to Israel to meet this man. You know the crazy thing is though, they've never met, talking for 7 years, and this is exactly what she's expecting to happen when she lands.
person. And I'm hoping that by the end of the trip, Nicola and I are engaged.
But why? Well, I want to know why. Okay, you've been talking for 7 years. I got it. You've been celibate for 7 years. I get it. You've been trying to get a divorce, which is something that she needs to get, and it also needs to be proved by her faith that her first marriage basically didn't exist. That basically it wasn't really a thing, because in the religion that she believes in, you're not supposed to, you know, be married before, and so something like that. I won't lie to you. Like when people start talking religion a bit too much, I go a bit deaf, because I don't really do them kind of things. You know what I mean? Like, it is what it is. But Nicola though is a virgin. He's 46 years of age and he's a virgin. He's only had one girlfriend before. Didn't work out, and this was 16 years ago. His first girlfriend, he was 30. He hasn't had one since. 7 years he's been talking to Meisha, and 46-year-old virgin, and he refuses to have intimacy till he's finally married. Which is interesting, because boy, we're gonna get there.
Nicola is celibate until marriage, and so that leaves him a 46-year-old virgin.
Tell us why it's an issue.
While I so admire his convictions, at the same time, it makes me worry knowing that I need certain things like affection, a lot of affection. Obviously, there's no sex before marriage.
You know, well, the fact that she obviously, you know, is a part of this fate, to be honest with you, she should have thrown out the window any idea of intimacy, any idea of affection. Because I don't know what type of affection that he can give, but I can tell you now, whatever he can give, it's not going to be enough. Whatever she requires. If you come across a woman and her love language legit is words of affirmation as well as physical touch, if you're not someone that loves the cuddles, you're not someone that likes the kisses, you're not someone that likes to lay on the sofa and cuddle and kiss it all night long and all them kind of things, you're not someone that likes to hold hands, you're in trouble. That's why for me personally, when I meet a woman and I ask her about what's her love language, which annoyingly not a lot of women know what it is. No, not a lot of people know what love language is, to be honest with you. Some people think that when you ask them their love language, they mean something sexual, and it's like, no, your love language, there's 5 of them. You need to get to know exactly where they are and let me know which one's your top 2, number 1 and number 2. You know what I mean? Those are the prime ones I need to worry about. You know what I mean? And those are the ones that are gonna let me know whether I'm gonna be able to deal with you or not. You know what I mean? Whether I'm gonna have to tolerate you or not. Because I tell you this now, when there's a matter of a mixture of words of affirmation and physical touch, man, it's peak for me. But anyway, we continue.
With that a little bit, because when you have different relationships, you learn a little bit each time. But if you don't have a lot of relationships, I wonder if there's so much that you don't know about.
You know, right now she's talking about the fact that he's never really had a relationship and he hasn't had one for 16 years and he's only ever had one. And she makes a fair point though. I mean, for me personally, she's 41, I believe. And to be with someone, like for me personally, right now at my stage in my life, could I be with someone that has a lack of experience in relationships? I think on a man's point of view, I could. Because for me, I'd be like, you know what, I don't mind trying the ropes a little bit here and there. But ideally, would I want to be with someone that doesn't really know the fundamentals of what a relationship is? No. But here's the thing, though. I will say this, though. Just because somebody has been in a relationship before or relationship before, it doesn't mean that they've actually learned from their mistakes, and doesn't mean that they're going to be, a better person now in the new one. Because there's a lot of people who don't take self accountability, and a lot of people that are still functioning exactly the same way they did in their first relationship, and they wonder why the hell they're still single. You see what I'm saying? So to be honest with you, does it really matter necessarily whether someone's got experience in a relationship or not? It only matters if that person has actually been able to hold themselves accountable for their behavior in their previous relationship. If somebody hasn't done that, but in reality, whether someone's been in a relationship or not, it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? So yeah, but I don't know. Maybe it's different from a man's perspective compared to a woman's perspective. I'm gonna leave it there. I was gonna say something very controversial there, but I'm gonna leave that one right there. But let's continue.
عرش على الواقع وعلى الطبيعة الاشي هذا ميشا إنساني حلو وجذابي شو اللي جاب عليه يعني لأنه إنساني.
This guy, what's him? He's not a good friend. My man's like, listen, man, she's out of his league. I had to play that, man. But usually when a man says that, yeah, she's out of your league, it means that he wants some with her too. You know what I mean? He's like, bro, how did you get her though? I want to know what happened, because this can't be real. The way he's disrespecting his friend's look is actually quite nice, to be honest with you. But Sim is not a good friend. You need a new friend, bro. Just want to put it out there, but we continue.
I don't like that Misha slept with somebody else before. But the Bible telling you that when Jesus comes to your life, you become a new creature. Your past is not matter anymore.
I'm not gonna lie to you, man. When my man was talking about what he's saying right here, this blew my freaking mind.
So I must look at Misha now in a new way. She's a virgin. Because the Holy Spirit entered her life and changed her from inside.
She has 2 kids. She ain't a freaking virgin, bro. Like, no, we ain't getting into this religious stuff like that. No way, Jose. I don't care what this guy says about, obviously now she's with us and the new spirits come in and, she's now got a new thing. Your past is your past. She's a virgin. Okay, cool. I tell you what, if she didn't have any kids, all right, cool. I would run with it. I would run with the narrative a little bit. You know what I mean? I'd run with it on like a thin line and be like, you know what? I'm just gonna respect your religion and how you want to see it. I like the fact that you don't want to see the past for what it is. You want to erase the past and you want to move to the future. I like it. I love it. But she has children. And because she has children, science wins in this situation. So the fact is, you cannot look at her and be like, well, you've come over to my side and guess what? You're now a virgin. But hold on a minute. You popped out 2 teenage girls, 16 and 17 or something like that. But hey, man, I ain't getting into that conversation. Everyone that's religious, I'm not gonna go back and forth with you. You know what I mean? But the logistics, I'm just throwing science at you. Whether you agree with me or not, that's entirely up to you. But when I see it, as long as she's got 2 kids that clearly show that girl's been having that, she ain't no virgin. Like, case closed. You know what I mean? But yeah, we continue.
Even though my mom is not devout Catholic, people in the Middle East wanted to marry a virgin. That's how the tradition here. And mom would say, why you want to marry a divorced woman? I know her reaction can be very bad.
Yeah, we got another couple with another man that, well, he doesn't want to let his family know who she is, because the family may think this and that because she's not a virgin. It's funny because he just spoke about how she's a virgin, but now he just blatantly just said that his mom would be like, oh yeah, so basically she's a divorced woman. You see what I'm saying? He's already contradicted what he said a second ago. Like, come on, man, don't mess me about with this nonsense.
Family is very important here, and I little bit concerned that my mom will not accept Misha because who she is. بس أنا ولا اخترت هذا الشيء. أنا مخطط إنه أنا وميشا نتعرف على بعض.
So why did you connect with a woman that lives 7,000 miles away? I don't understand. She's gonna fly all the way over to you to be with you, and you're telling me that you haven't even told your parents yet that she exists. And on top of that, you're not even too sure if your parents is gonna accept her. But to be honest with you, it doesn't even matter that way. What matters is, are you still going to be with her regardless of what your parents say? That is the question. The answer is probably no, but you just said that family is everything where you're from. So why are you wasting your time and why are you wasting her time? I want to hear you say that you're going to pick her no matter what.
But if I don't get this annulment, then I'm not sure what's going to happen.
Like, you know what?
The only way that Nicola and I can be together is to get the K-1 visa, for Nicola to come to the US, and for us to get married. if we can't do that, then I don't think realistically we have a future.
I don't think realistically you got a future anyway. You gotta wait for this annulment thing to happen, then he's gotta come. But also at the same time though, so basically, right, she can't go and marry him in Israel unless the annulment is approved or whatnot, and her past is basically raised. Alternatively, the only way she can be with him is if he just comes to the States instead, and they get married that way instead. I don't know, man. It's so hella confusing. It's way too much energy if you ask me, man. You're not meant to be together. That's just the bottom line. Call me a Debbie Downer, but that's what I'm leaving it down to. The whole relationship is complicated. It's confusing. It's annoying the hell out of me, to be honest with you. But yeah, this relationship is going to be a roller coaster, for sure.
Judged for, you know, the things we do. Like, what if me and Svea like get a boyfriend, and, you know, would that ever be an issue?
I wish.
Problem is though, Mummy does not have that answer for you. But this is a very good question. The daughters are going to ask the question. If you're going to marry this man, bring him into our home, live with us. First and foremost, he's not our daddy, okay? Let's get that out of there. That's exactly what they said. But at the same time, though, because he's super religious, well, I want to know that if he does come, he does live with us, he's not going to judge us for having boyfriends and doing exactly what we want to do. Because that shit can't run. You know what? Respectfully, I agree with the daughters. It's simple as 1, 2, 3. But you see, Mummy over here, she hasn't really processed what she's doing, if you ask me personally. I really don't think that she has. But that's just my opinion. Either way, though, you guys let me know what you're thinking and we can talk about it if you dig what I'm saying. Don't forget to like, sub, and of course, peace.